This video is about how to either add a drop-down menu, so this is what we're talking about by drop-down menus, or to fix the text or add text to kind of suit your needs. Let's say, for example, in column K, I want to remove the Spanish and make it English and French, or maybe just have it in one language and another. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to data, and all of this kind of drop-down menu, it comes from data validation, and that was column K. So I'm going to click on column K. You can see it only goes K2 to K100. So over time, I'm going to need to kind of extend that number to kind of include lines past 100. So, but for right now, I'm going to see this, and I'm going to kind of I'm going to add another item. So I'm going to be like, indoors, whatever. And I can change the color. Or maybe it's like, I'm going to say start indoors or something like that. Start indoors. And then I'm going to say done, and it's going to give me that as an option. Now, let's say, for example, I went in and I selected this, but then I wanted to kind of like say, oh, but start indoors in February through March. I'm going to get an error message. If I get this error message, if you see this error message, what needs to happen is you need to go back into the rule. So I'm going to go back to this K, and I'm going to look under advanced options. So it's saying reject input. I want to have the freedom to go in and make changes or individual things and not have error messages. So I'm going to say show warning, done. So when I go in here and I go like start indoors in February to March, it will accept it. It gives me a little red tag that it's not in the list of things, but it will print it. So when I go to print it, it would be fine. Now, one column you may decide to automate is column H, which is saying how many seeds per packet. So you can see in Richmond Grows, we tend to say 2 to 3, for the larger seeds or something you could count. That wouldn't be too time consuming, or like take a pinch. But here we say packet contains 20 seeds. What you can do here is you have to have your cursor, your column highlighted for the column you want to automate. And I'm going to just add a rule. And so now it's saying column H, and you can see it's from 1 to 100. But row 1 is actually this. So that doesn't quite make sense. So I'm going to just change that to 2, so that kind of goes back to being normal. And then I can just, I have a couple of kind of repeat, so I'm going to kind of delete. Oh, I think, take a pinch. So take a pinch, 2 to 3 seeds. So a couple of these are the same, and this one's like 20 seeds per packet. So let's say these are my 4 options. I can make the colors just to make it easy for me when I'm doing my selecting. And then once again, if you do the advanced option, don't reject the input unless you want to kind of be really kind of tight on what you're allowing, and then just saying show a warning, and then done. And you can see we've locked all of these, for the most part, these sheets, and that is just because you're really not changing anything on the spreadsheet. So when you go to the generator, I'm going a little off point here, but if you go to the generator, so 63 is done, and then I go here, I can't mess with anything here because there's so much coding behind this. You do not want to go into that space. This was months of work with a team of people. So that's why they're locked. If you know how to unlock it, you're welcome to do that. But if you probably know how to unlock it, you can probably figure out how to fix stuff, but it's not a fun process, and it's quite time consuming. So I would keep them locked for the most part. Okie doke. Hope that is helpful and happy planting.